born in 1952 September, 25th September 1952. Actually, my father was in QP now. Olden days, it was known as British Petroleum.
The name
My
of your
father's
father?
name was Charan Singh, and he was working for in engineering department in Dukhan from 1946 till 1984. So my father was there. So in 1952, early 1952, there were all bachelor peoples, no families used to be there. So first they made row of four houses for families, and my mother was one of those four first families to come to Dukhan. It was in early 52 or end of 51 sometime. Those days, to approach Doha was very difficult by car to reach Doha from Dukhan. The road was from Dukhan, you have to go to Fahil, then Umbab, and that all that way. It used to take 2.5 hours. So when these hospital people came to know my mother is pregnant, they arranged the delivery time before delivery. They sent her to Bahrain Hospital, which was nearby, and they sent her by air. By air. They sent Dukhan, there used to be airport. From there, they sent her to the Bahrain hospital. And I was born in Bahrain, in that hospital, because it was easier to approach Bahrain than Doha city that time. In QP, BP, they said she is the first expatriate child, like, no? But I don't know if I am a first expatriate child in Qatar. Also, that's what my father was told. But I am not sure because I don't have any certificate or anything. But that much I am sure that I was first child to be born in BP staff, the BP British Petroleum Company in Dukhan. I was the first. And I have four siblings born after me, and they are all born in Qatar. But my time that it was they had took my mom to Bahrain. QP had planes which used to shuttle Bahrain to Dukhan. So there were only two ways to go, by boat or by QP's plane. When I was the age of, I think I was 7 years old when I left Qatar for studies. But every year I was visiting my parents in Qatar, summer holidays. My parents were accompanying me, but the flight used to go to first Karachi and then to Bombay. That BP flight it was. BP, they had their own plane, chartered plane. But when I came after 2 years to visit my parents in summer holidays, I think it was 61, that time I landed on Doha Airport. So the Doha Airport came around 60 or 61 now. Growing up, life was very good. That Dukhan area was it was nice to live in that camp, and we had a nice time over there. And we used to come for shopping every 2 months or like that to Doha with our parents by traveling 2.5 hours and going back also. For some time, we used to come for in Doha. And that time there was an old souk. It was like means like everything was like made of how you say olden days, how it will be, not bricks and all that time blocks, that time of shops. Oh, we used to come to Doha. That time there were not much places, or side. Now they say Masai. That time we used to call you side. We used to go there in like weekends and all. So there also QP had some projects, and there also we used to visit. My father had some friends over there, so we used to go to side and Doha also. Doha also we had some friends. So sometimes we would to come on weekend and stay one night in their house. And that time only there was Rayan Road and all this famous Bida area. That these places, the people. It was Doha was very small. Later on, it expanded. After you can say early 70s, it expanded, and all Al Sadd area, all these things came up. I remember one time it was sometimes in early 60s that there was a big storm, and because of that, it was in winter season. That all the sea, these things, no fishes and all these things, everything died, and the sea was very cold that time. Cold storm it was. When we went to shore, there was all dead animals on the shore. That time I was maybe 10-year-old or 11-year-old. That I remember still. That I was not I was not coming out from car. It was all dead animals. How I'll go? Yeah.
How
That storm,
many
I think
days did
it
you
was
go
two
to
three
Qatar?
days, and it was very cold. The sea water was like ice only. Yeah, it was. Yeah, that I remember. That was like for me some new experience that time as a childhood. We used to
Mhm.
count the days when we'll go back for in summer holidays. That time only
Mhm.
we used to go and meet our other friends. Those they were also studying somewhere. That used to
Mhm.
be a nice time.
Up
The
in
friends
Qatar.
on those all the QP they were all QP staff. Their children were our friends. Like because we were living in the camp, and camp all expatriates used to live. The Qatari
Oh,
friends only we can say we start mingling when we finished our studies and came back, and we were working. That time we could mingle with the Qatari friends. But my
oh,
father used to have a friend who used to live in one village near Dukhan area. There we used to go and visit sometime. No, I
husband in
met my
India.
husband in India. Later he came to Qatar. Yeah. After
Oh.
getting married, he came to Qatar. What advice I can give?
Mhm.
It's a nice place to live. Only we have to live. Means like if we are expatriates, like we have to live and love that place because it's a very nice place. For me, if, whenever I get chance, I try to come to Qatar and visit Qatar.